All right, so we're going to talk about this Pat Bev, Brandon Jennings beef that's going on right now. I saw this pop up yesterday. Also, shout out to Athletic Brewing Co. Appreciate the care package. These are actually fantastic. I like beer, and I don't like drinking during the day because I don't like to feel the alcohol. These are awesome. Athletic Brewing Co. Got the shirt on, too. Shout out to Athletic Brewing Co. But yeah, there's a beef going on right now. I saw it pop up yesterday. It was Brandon Jennings and Pat Bev, right? So Brandon Jennings is looking to put together a 1v1 tournament. He was talking about his 2009 class. So it was guys like Jeff Teague, Lou Williams, Ty Lawson. There were a couple others in the mix, right? And so Brandon Jennings was on Gilbert Arenas' podcast, I believe it was, or Jeff Teague's, but they were all on it. And they're all talking. There was a bunch of people on it. And Pat Bev joined, right? And it got disrespectful. Basically, Pat Bev was saying, you know, I'll pull up right now, tomorrow. Let's do a 1v1. We'll forget a tournament, right? Because Brandon Jennings was basically saying he wasn't worthy of being involved in this one-on-one tournament. Now, I totally disagree. And mind you, I think Pat Bev one-on-one would be an absolute problem. And if you don't know about Pat Bev's offensive game, you're sleeping. Like in the league, I could understand why you would think, he's a defensive guy. Yeah, this guy put up like 36, 37 a game in high school. Legit, right? He's a cook. If you ever watch his highlights and things, like he has runs that he does overseas. He's got, some bunch of stuff. The guy's got offensive game. He played his role. He had a better NBA career than Brandon Jennings because of it. Made more money than him and so on. Right now, I'm not disrespecting Brandon Jennings. When he was a rookie, first few years in the league, he was a cook. And out of high school, bro, we used to watch highlights of Brandon Jennings all the time. Like he was a great offensive weapon, scorer. He was amazing. Right now, though, is disrespectful. So I'm going to play the clip. Of them talking. It was Pat Bev and Brandon Jennings. I'm going to play just a snippet, a short. And this is basically what they're talking about. I hope you can hear it, right?
Dog your little ass. You know that.
Right out the gate, Pat Bev. I'm going to dog your little ass, bro. I believe it. I'm sorry, Brandon Jennings, but I believe it. Let's keep it going.
You only played 3 times.
Okay, I'm talking about now, nigga.
I don't want to play you.
Okay, fuck that. Let's go in the bank account. I'm gonna pull out 100,000. You pull out 100,000. We play each other.
Put 100 on the table.
Well, listen, I respect what you've done in your career. Congratulations. If you average 35, if you average 37 in high school, they get to the league.
See, 37 in high school.
12 years.
All right, so Brandon Jennings basically says, you averaged 37 in high school, but you came to the league, you couldn't average 10. And Pat Bev says,
Starter. Ain't no bench players over here. No bench players.
I'm talking about niggas who actually really got buckets.
That wasn't my role.
I'm just talking to them niggas.
that wasn't my role. It wasn't my role.
Okay, well then I'm not talking to the road niggas. I'm talking to them niggas.
Right.
I'm talking to them niggas.
See, and it's funny because who he's talking about in regards to like who he's talking to, like, bro, he's talking about people that, yes, they're nice, but bro, they're all like not elite NBA guys. Like Pat Bev absolutely falls in the mix, especially with the guys he's talking about. So I don't know what exactly Brandon Jennings is saying. It sounds like he's ducking them. He's ducking the smoke.
I'm talking not to you. I'm talking to them niggas.
How you talking to a nigga that was on the bench on the team I was on? Lou Will was on the bench for 2 teams that I was the start on.
Lou Will said he gave you 40.
And you believe that shit?
So he said basically you're talking about Lou Will being in the mix, right? He goes, you're talking about a guy who rode the bench while I was the starter. Not rode the bench. Lou Will, phenomenal basketball player, awesome NBA career too. But Pat Bev started over him. So he's saying you're talking about a guy being involved with this tournament. You won't let me in the mix, and you're ducking the smoke right now. He goes, I started over him. So I don't understand the whole thing. And again, if you've seen Pat Bev offense highlights, bro, if you've ever seen this cat, bro, he's nice. He's nice. It's all defensive highlights. I'm going to go to high school. And this is talking about him. High school highlights. This is a 3-minute video, so we're just going to fast forward a little bit. Bro, he's nice. His offensive game is crazy. And mind you, played ball in Chicago. You know it was gritty, grimy. You know it was physical. Like this guy putting up 38 a game in high school, 37 a game in high school. That's actually ridiculous. Great career. And then here's the thing. So if I hadn't seen Brandon Jennings play recently, might think different. I might be like, oh, that'd be a great matchup, like a real defensive, rugged, get up in your shorts kind of guy, pause, but like it would be crazy. But Brandon Jennings, I watched a clip of him playing. Brandon Jennings pulling up to a pickup run. This is on Devontae Friga's channel. Bro, I'm watching highlights, and he looks out of shape. He's missing jump shots he shouldn't miss. Like, it wasn't a great look for him. Look. A little turnaround. Like, he can't get around this guy. These are guys that can play ball, but like, bro, you're Brandon Jennings, and you can't cook these guys. I was watching him miss layups. Like, he just did not look good. So coming off the heels of just seeing this video and knowing Pat Bev and how he's going to go into this game, like, first and foremost, regardless of who you think would win the game, just the vibe between the two of them, Pat Bev wants the smoke. He even said eventually when he went on, I think it was Roan's podcast, he said, I'll put 150 up to your 50. That's how confident. I'll pull up tomorrow. And Brandon Jennings wants no parts in it. No parts. Either way, I do hope that they do this 1v1 tournament. I think it's something that could be really, really cool. And I'd love to see even more guys filter in and out of it. But like, if this gets put together, it'd be great. Brandon Jennings, Pat Bev has to be involved, especially now.